Good afternoon. This is the Kitchen Witch. I'm back. Film me, William. This is the Kitchen Witch. I'm back. My lights are acting kind of weird. Now that's a sign right there. That means the spirits are here. And I'm actually going to be doing my oxtails. I'm going to be doing some oxtails for you guys, showing you how I prepare them. And I'm also going to be doing another collective, okay? So let's go ahead and get started, all right? All right, you guys, so I'm gonna start off with my garlic powder. I already washed my oxtails. I got them all nice and clean, so I'm starting off with my garlic powder. And this is crazy because I'm on my lunch break, so I usually prepare my dinner for my lunch break. So I'm doing this with the garlic powder because I love garlic powder, and then we're going to use onion powder, okay? Onion. I'm not using a whole lot of salt. Like a lot of people, they use a whole, you don't have to use a whole lot of salt to make your food taste good. You can just make the flavor. That's really the key, is the flavor, all right? And with me being the kitchen witch, I'm actually putting spells on what I do with my food, all right? So this right here is called maple smoke rub. I'm gonna use a little bit of this here. And this already has a little salt in it. So as you can see, I'm over here, so you guys can see that right there. Look at that, look how pretty that looks. All right, then I'm gonna use some lemon pepper. Take a little bit of lemon pepper here. Sprinkle that over. Usually with the lemon pepper, it's got a little tricky, so you have to kind of get a little tricky with your hands. Make sure you go a little steady because you don't want to overdo the pepper. You don't want to overdo it. And then I like adding, I'm going to do a little parsley here. I got to open this up because this is new, so take a little bit of parsley. And I'll just spill it over the top like that. You see that? People usually like to use the garnish, use the parsley to make it look pretty. And then here's my sea salt. All right, there's my sea salt. And then you can douse this. If you want to get fancy, you can kind of douse this or do a rub. You can kind of go in with this oil a little bit. See that? And then you can kind of rub. You can look and see, pull in closer so you can see exactly how I do this rub. Rub this in real nice, incorporate all that into the meat, and it makes it look really, really nice and shiny. You guys see that? Look at that. Look at that rub. See that rub? That rub looks really, really nice. I want to rub all that in. Rub. Rub that stuff in so it'll look real nice and pretty. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and finish seasoning, and I'll be right back, okay? All right, you guys, as you can see, I have both sides seasoned. Again, these spirits are in here. I guess my mom is giving me a okay, that's a good thing. That tells me with the lights flickering like that she is giving me her okay. Now what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to cut up a purple onion, which is what I absolutely love, is the purple onions, because it not only makes the meat look pretty, but it also gives it a good flavor, okay? So stay tuned, I'll be right back. I didn't have time to sear because I was on my lunch break, so I'm just giving you guys a quickie. Start again. All right, y'all. So I'm back, and now I'm gonna add a little bay leaves to this. I'm just giving a few bay leaves to it because guess what? It's gonna have the house smelling extremely good. And my bay leaves are almost gone, as you can already see. They're almost gone because I like using bay leaves. Now what I'm getting ready to do, if you can look here, this is my flour, And this is my soy. Now, soy has a lot of sodium in it. So I like to use just a little bit, a smidgen, like the old folks would say. I'm gonna add a little bit of this into my flour. And I bet you guys are wondering, why is she doing that? If you look here, and you look here, I'm gonna put one more in here. Bam. All right, so I just used 3 caps full of the soy sauce. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna mix this up really good, and I'm gonna make my gravy. So I'll be right back to show you what I do. All right, you guys, a lot of people like to usually sear their oxtails prior to cooking them. Usually I do that, but because this is not the weekend for me, this is during the weekday, I'm gonna go ahead and just put them in. It's still gonna come out just as good. Even though I did not sear them, my seasoning is gonna make up for the searing. And if you can look in here and see how that looks, you see how this is looking like this right now? You don't see any clumps and lumps, right? You don't see any clumps and lumps. So what this is gonna do is basically give it a really good dark brown gravy. Now, hopefully you guys like what I just did, and I definitely will be back to show you the finished product and also to do a collective. Be right back. All right, you guys, this is oven ready. So now what I'm gonna do is, I've got my oven on 375. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, and the reason why I use this instead of a roasting pan is because this makes it so much easier. You don't have to deal with washing and doing so much work in the kitchen, especially when you work like me. You don't have to worry about doing so much. So now that I have this like this, I am gonna put this in the oven, and this is gonna cook for 4 hours, okay? And actually the meat's gonna come out really tender, so just wait. We'll be right back, and I'm gonna show you guys the finished look. All right, you guys, I did tell you that I would be back. This is the Kitchen Witch coming back with the oxtail preparations. It's smelling so good in here, you guys. I'm telling you, the whole house, my whole house is smelling fantastic, okay? And I cannot wait to show you guys what it looks like to have some oxtails in good gravy. But in the meantime, I did tell you guys that I would come back with a collective, And we're going to turn over the first card, all right? Let's see. This right here is a deck that talks about what is blocking you. Now, a lot of us have past trauma. A lot of us cannot deal with present situations because of the past. A lot of times we allow things from the past to haunt us and block us and keep us from moving forward. You need to take time for yourself and heal your past trauma before moving on. Before you can get into a relationship, before you can start a new business, before you can do anything that's positive for you, you need to actually do some shadow work and face the past trauma. Get past it. That's why it says past. Get past it. Leave it behind you. No longer looking in the rearview mirror. Looking straight forward and moving forward in your life, okay? And I'm sure that some of you guys can actually resonate with this because we all have had past trauma, but we need to be able to let it go. Because guess what? If we hold on to it, do you think it would change what happened? No. Moving on to this one is speaking about being hard to get. Okay, you are missing opportunities by playing hard to get. Give someone a chance. And a lot of times the reason why people play hard to get is because of what? Past trauma. In order for you to actually be happy and move forward in your life, you have to not play hard to get. Be open, give someone a chance, let them work their way down to an F if you allow them to start off with an A. Now, this last card is speaking about lust, not love. And what this is talking about is a person actually feeling like they love someone when it's really a physical attraction. It's really somebody that's into sex and not love. Passion isn't the same as lusting. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in by just good sex. Get sucked in by their intelligence. Get sucked in by their mindset. Get sucked in by what they have to tell you and how they can teach you and how they can grow with you. A lot of us need to learn from this. And I'm sure a lot of us can relate to this. A lot of us can resonate with this. Pass this on to someone that might need it. Again, love and light. All right, you guys, here I am, and here is the finished results of my oxtails. Look at that gravy. You remember I told you about how this gravy would look? Look at how fantastic this gravy looks. And just to let you guys see how, look at this meat. Oh my God, look at that. And it's just mouth, look at that. You guys see that? For anybody that likes oxtails, because not everybody likes oxtails, but this right here is definitely good. It's a good Jamaican dish for jerk oxtails too. It's just different ways to do oxtails, and this right here is good for me. I'm straight. I can handle this. Here's my son. He is chopping up, getting ready to, or preparing some plantain. You see that? He's preparing plantain because he wanted some plantain with these oxtails, okay? All right. That's all right, son. Dropped a little bit, but that's all right. He's gonna get ready to get it in, and we will see you guys in a minute. I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, where's the trimmings? Where's the rice? Where's the macaroni and cheese? Where's the rest of the stuff? I did make that for my family. I added the rice and the cornbread and the other trimmings for my family, so they had their goodies. But for me, I only made myself a saucer with a small portion of just vegetables and meat. That's all I need for myself. I don't want to be too greedy, even though I know I could demolish an entire plate, but nah, that's enough for me, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.